So thanks everyone for joining this demo. So let me just introduce myself. My name is Amar. I'm part of Uninets. I have 15 plus year of experience. I have experience on the firewall, SD-WAN, load balancer, WAF, and cloud. So that's a brief introduction about me. In this particular demo, we are going to talk about the SD-WAN, and especially SD-WAN, we are talking about the FortiGate SD-WAN, right? So there are different vendor which is providing SD-WAN services. But in this particular demo, we are going to talk about the FortiGate SD-WAN. So I hope you have already experienced about FortiGate firewall. If not, if you have only network side experience, that would be enough. Okay. So what we are going to understand in this particular demo, that what is the SD-WAN and how it works. So I'm just going to use FortiGate link as well to show you what is the SD-WAN. So if I talk about the SD-WAN, so what it is. So basically SD-WAN is nothing, but this is the software defined wide area network. So there is a software defined networking, right? And that software defined networking has been extended to the WAN side as well, right? Which is called SD-WAN. So if I talk about that, why this SD-WAN is important, because this is providing secure, reliable, and scalable connectivity for your wide network for the location which is over the WAN, right? So for that we use SD-WAN, right? So you can understand SD-WAN in this way. Let's say you have a branch side and you have the data center, right? And between branch side and data center, you just want to have connectivity. So if I talk about the traditional network, usually you used to have a MPLS link, which was one link or two link you would have, right? So at the time between branch side and data center, if there is a connectivity is down from one link, the other link would be taking place to restore the connectivity, right? But when you are using uh, you know SD-WAN, on that case, if you have multiple link can transmit the data together, right? And also you can prioritize over here that which link transfer how much data for download or upload, right? So using software defined networking, you can do all these things. Apart from this, if you have multiple sites, let's say you have 10 branches, okay, 2 data center, one headquarter, right? So if you just want to connect all them together, right? So earlier, to manage all these branches, you have to go one by one on each branch's router and do the connectivity, do the troubleshooting, all those things you used to perform. But when we talk about the SD-WAN from the central location, you can manage all the sites, all the configuration, those things you can do in the software defined networking, right? So there would be one management in in FortiGate case, it is FortiGate manager. Using FortiGate manager, you can access all the branches, firewalls, right? And you can configure them as per your requirement. So it is not only providing the software defined networking where you can define the load balancing and use of the different link, but also you can manage them from the central location, right? How this SD-WAN works? So basically SD-WAN architecture is providing the virtual connectivity, right? And using this virtual connectivity, it intelligently route the traffic across a different link. So you can use MPLS link, you can use LTE link, You can use a VPN link, different link you can use to route the traffic. Okay, so we, here it is definition that what is SD-WAN used for. So SD-WAN used for the security or secure connectivity when you just want to transfer data securely from one location to another location. So for that you can use SD-WAN, right? And using the SD-WAN, it is not only providing the good connectivity, low latency, but also easy to use and easy to manage and easy to scale, right? So these are the benefit. It provide efficient operation, enhanced security posture. These are the benefit of the SD-WAN, right? So this is from the FortiGate side. I told you that what is the SD-WAN, how it works. Let me know if you have any question in between. Meanwhile, I would talk about the syllabus, what we are going to cover in the SD-WAN. So this is the syllabus that we are going to cover. So basically, we are going to talk about the SD-WAN introduction, right? Just a moment. Yeah. So we are going to talk about the SD-WAN introduction. What is the SD-WAN? What are the components? Okay. What is the SD-WAN design principle and architecture? Then basic terminology we are going to talk about. We are going to talk about underlay and overlay network, right? After that, we would do the initial setup where we will do the firewall initial configuration using CLI. Then we will talk about the client IP address configuration, backup restore, right? After that, we will talk about the equal cost multipath, right, which is called ECMP, where we are going to talk about that how you can do the load balancing using ECMP, right? After that, we will talk about the policy-based routing, right? And then we will talk about the SD-WAN configuration using GUI. So we will talk about the basic software defined WAN, okay? And then we will talk about the SD-WAN rules, load balancing mechanism, load balancing method, okay? Manual strategy rule, quality strategy rule, low cost strategy rules. We are going to talk about this. After we are going to talk about the SLA, right? And then we are going to talk about the SD-WAN configuration using CLI. Then we will talk about the SD-WAN configuration using FortiGate manager. Then we are going to talk about the session VPN. In VPN, we are going to understand that what is the cryptography, okay? And after that, we are going to talk about asymmetric encryption, hashing, Diffie-Hellman group, protocol security. So these things we are going to talk about that. And after that, we are going to talk about the side-to-side VPN. And further, we are going to talk about the advanced VPN, where we are going to talk about the hub and scope, auto discovery VPN, SD-WAN LAN we are going to discuss, right? And then VPN commands we are going to explain. So that's overall syllabus. And if I talk about the lab, so we are going to provide you labs over the cloud, right? So you can access the lab by going on rex.uninets.com. You can log in over here. Sorry, just all right. So this is the SD-WAN lab. You can see. So all the lab we are going to perform over here, right? If I talk about the lab architecture, so you can see we have headquarter where we have one firewall which is connected with two link. Okay. We have a branch where we have one firewall which is just connected to one link, and then we have data center where we have one firewall which is connected to two link. So basically, why we have use these two links to connect to this WAN router, because port 1 maybe we can use as a MPLS, and port 2 maybe we can use as a LT, right? And both port is providing WAN connectivity. So if one port is down or one link is down, another link is going to have the WAN connectivity. That's why we have used two link over here, right? And this is the WAN router, which is providing internet connectivity. So gig 0/0 is connected to internet, right? So on the headquarter, we have two link. On branch office, sorry, on the data center, we have a two link which is connecting to the WAN network, and then on the branch firewall, we have one link. These firewall can be managed through FortiGate Manager or individually, and that's why you can see there is a FortiGate Manager which is having 192.168.100.210 IP, right? And this is the this is the management subnet. So using the management subnet, we can access the firewall, and we can integrate through FortiGate Manager, and through FortiGate Manager we can manage all these firewall centrally, right? So we just need to open the FortiGate Manager, and through this manager we just need to do the integration of headquarter firewall, branch office firewall, and data center firewall, and then through this FortiGate Manager we can push the configuration or pull the configuration from the firewall, right? This FortiGate Manager is also going to work as a FortiGate analyzer, right? So all the logs of these firewall is not going to store on the firewall, but they are going to send that logs to FortiGate Manager itself. So on the FortiGate Manager, we can enable the FortiGate analyzer where we can analyze entire logs, right? So let me just quickly show you that how we can access these firewall and how we can do the configuration. So let me just turn on all devices. Meanwhile, if you have any question, please ask me. These are the devices. Let me just log in on the firewall. So basically, if you want to configure the firewall or any devices, you don't need to install any additional software. You can just go to rex.uninets.com, turn on the devices, click on the devices, and you would see that the console is there, right? So you can access the console of your devices. Let me log in over here. The default username is admin, password is nothing. Admin. Yeah. Here we have admin is the password, but on the real devices you don't have a, when you are using a first time, so there won't be any password. Okay, so this is my firewall, and if I just want to show you the system configuration, show system interfaces, you can see these are the interfaces, and that is already pre-configured, right?